Hello everybody, you know who I am and what I do, so let's get started. The men's basketball team lost 53-71 at Delaware on February the 8th, but played for pride at home against a CAA heavyweight on Saturday, February 11th. Travis Sullivan filed this report.
I'm here at Trask Coliseum where the UNCW men's basketball team looks to come back from a tough loss to Delaware. They're facing off against conference leaders George Mason and looking for a big win. Let's see the highlights.
Trevor Deloach would drive in here, miss the layup. Matt Wilson tries to put it back, but Trevor Deloach would clean up his own shot eventually. Adam Smith, the little man, with the great dunk here. That's worth another look. Two-handed jam by the 6-foot point guard. Tanner Milson inside. Keith Rendelman showing off the post moves and the offensive rebounding skills. Gets two there. Trevor Deloach knocks in the three. And Tanner Milson with the behind-the-head pass to Keith Rendelman for a dunk. Nifty move by Tanner, and he'll have three this time of his own. George Mason with the drive and the finish on the fast break. Tanner Milson again drives inside, lays it up with the right hand. This time kicks it out to the leading scorer, Adam Smith, wet from three. And Adam Smith again makes a move on the defender, banks it in. 4-point game late here, but George Mason came back down and put the nails in the coffin. As you can see, Buzz not too happy this time. One more, an and one play that would really seal things.
The Seahawk men laid it all on the floor here tonight, led by guard Adam Smith, who had a great game. But George Mason was able to just make a few more plays. The Seahawks fell 75-69, and their record moves to 9-16. I'm Travis Sullivan with Seahawks Central News, TealTV.
Keith Rendelman had 14 points and 6 rebounds in the game, while all-conference forward Ryan Pearson had 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 three-pointers to lead the Patriots. George Mason is tied at the top of the CAA standings with Drexel at 14-2 in conference. As you can see, UNCW is currently 8th at 5-11 in conference, setting up a noon start time on Friday, March 2nd, the opening day of the CAA tournament in Richmond. Next up for the Fighting Hawks, preseason CAA Player of the Year Kent Bazemore and the Old Dominion Monarchs in Norfolk, Virginia. The Monarchs won their 6th straight against UNCW, 81-64 on Valentine's Day. Keith Rendelman had 15 points and 11 rebounds in a valiant losing effort. Bazemore had 23, 15 of which came in the first half. Cedric Williams had 11 points and 8 rebounds in the contest for the Seahawks. The most recent game for the men's team came this past weekend in ESPN's annual Bracket Busters Challenge. The Seahawks traveled north to take on the Manhattan Jaspers of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The Jaspers took the title of Bracket Busters champion with a 79-64 victory. Manhattan is now 19-10 on the year, while the Seahawks fall to 9-18. The women's basketball team beat Georgia State in a thriller 72-69 on February 9th in Atlanta. Abria Trice returned to her hometown and hit a three-pointer in the corner pocket at the buzzer to give the Seahawks a miraculous victory. Trice had 14 points and Alicia Andrews had 22 to go along with 7 assists. Next on the schedule for the Lady Hoopsters was a homebound with Old Dominion. Our reporter Trey Owings has the scoop.
Tawana Lee with the assist to Alicia Andrews. Alicia Trice shows the shake and bake, nails the long range too. But Tia Lewis would answer with her own jumper. Jessica Freeman scoots up the scramble, dishes it off to Tawana Lee, who nails the floater in the lane. Carnisha Garrett, the powerful forward, with the three-point right there. Jessica Freeman with the shimmy shake drains the three. But number 12, Maisha Hall, responds with the and one. Now we see Freeman nail the jumper from the other corner for the Seahawk three. Chelsea Shooter McGowan with the turnaround field goal. Alicia Andrews drives in hard with the sweet right-hander off the glass. Lee with the fast break dishes it off to Trice. Oh, off the fingertips. Scooped by Andrews, who nails the three. Lewis, however, would answer with the ball fake and the long range two. Andrews then responded with a couple of threes. Almost had the game-tying layup, misses. ODU gets the rebound and the foul. Final score, Lady Seahawks 57, Old Dominion 59.
The women's tennis team faced off against the North Florida Ospreys on Saturday, February 11th. I'm proud to welcome Stephanie Rock to the Seahawks Central Sports team. She has the highlights.
I'm here at the Birdcage where the women's tennis team is taking on North Florida and hoping to pull out a win after their most recent loss against Kansas State. Now let's get to the highlights. First up is Angie Seckley and Kelly Cameron in their doubles match going up against Melanie Aguirre and Daniel Day. Kelly lobs it over real fast with a quick hit back, and Angie knocks it low and gets the point. Here comes a nice serve by Angie and comes back quickly, but Kelly's ready and slams it over and gets the score. North Florida is ready, but Angie sends it on over, and the girls go back and forth until Angie hits it over, and is a score for North Florida. Seckley and Cameron lost their match, but Alyssa Ritchie and Christina Riley defeated North Florida in their singles matches, but the Seahawks fell overall to the Ospreys 5-2. The women's next game is at home on February 24th and 25th. They'll be playing East Tennessee State and Georgia State. This is Stephanie Rock, Seahawk Central News, TealTV.
The UNCW indoor track team made some serious moves at the Virginia Tech Challenge this past weekend. Sophomore jump specialist Ariel Chapman took second place in the triple jump with a solid 15.27 meters to lead a handful of Seahawks to top 3 finishes. Sarah Bowen finished her senior season by clinching third place in the women's 600-meter race. Fellow seniors Bob Vanderham and Will Zarodny also had standout performances as the pair finished second and third respectively in the men's 600. In conference news, the CAA has signed a groundbreaking broadcasting agreement with the NBC Sports Network. The terms of the deal were 5 years, and they will televise 12 men's basketball games and 5 football games each season, as well as 39 regionally televised men's and women's basketball games on the Comcast Sports Regional Networks, which are mostly in Virginia and the DC area and up north. And additional digital coverage will be provided on NBCSports.com. Being the first collegiate athletic conference to sign with the NBC Sports Network, the deal will ultimately give the CAA the most widespread coverage in conference history. Well, that's all for this episode. I'm Ben Tyson. Keep on keeping on.